Good morning. Okay, there you go. All right, thank you. Welcome today. Today's a very cool, very special day. I have been running sound here for about 23 years, maybe longer. It's not about me. But the perks are a lot of cool little toys to play with. I love that aspect of it. I've made a lot of friends along the way. And I get to spend an extra hour, hour and a half with some amazing people. And I would say probably none more amazing than Aaron English. His songs are incredibly deep. His stories are amazing. If you spend any time talking to Aaron, which I hope you will do after today's service, you will find that you'll find that he's one of the people that every time you speak with him, you learn something, maybe something about a culture or a heritage, but you'll also learn something about yourself, because to speak with Aaron is to be invited to self-reflect. So please give a warm Unity of Olympia welcome to Aaron English.
Thank you. Okay. To find out which song, there we go. Will you please sing with us? And thanks to Ted and Steve for playing and singing along. The chorus is just sail on, the river is waiting. It goes like this. Sail on, the river is waiting. Sail on, the river is waiting. Great. Sail on, the river is waiting. I'm ready to sip from this island. I'm ready. Gonna leave all my sorrows behind me. Lift my face to the new day that's rising. And the chorus. Come gather, set a course for the crossing together, chorus, sail on, the river is waiting, sail on, the river is waiting, sail on, chorus again, sail on, the river is waiting, sail on, the river is waiting, sail on, one more time, sail on, the river is waiting, sail on, yeah. Oh my, sail on. Hey. Do a Beatles song.
In this building, really?
This is, they never released it. They recorded it. George Harrison wrote it while they were in India. It's called Dehradun. Dehradun is a city of pilgrimage in India, so this is a song about pilgrimage, whether it's a journey you actually take with your feet or a journey you take within. It's about the many roads that can get you there and the things you learn along the way. Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun. Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun. Many roads can take you there, many different ways. One direction takes you years, another takes you days. Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun. Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun. Many roads on the road, looking at the sights. Many others with their troubles, looking for their rights. Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun. Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun. See them move along the road in search of life divine. Beggars in a gold mine. Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun. Many roads can take you there, many different ways. One direction takes you years, another takes you days. Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun. Let's try this tongue twister one more time. Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun. 2, 3, 4. Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun, Dehradun, Dun, Dehradun. Thank you.
Thank you, Aaron. Welcome to Unity. My name's Greg Saltis. I'm currently serving on your board as the vice chair. If this is your first time to Unity of Olympia, welcome. And if you have been away for a while, welcome back. We're really glad to see you. I know we have some guests today, some special guests, and hopefully they will join us during the fellowship hour so that we can all enjoy their company. We also hope that you will all enjoy today's service and decide to come back again. If you're online today, by the way, out there, hey, how's everybody online? Drop us a line and let us know where you are, and we're also glad that you could join us today. As you know, at Unity, we honor all faith traditions and all paths to God. I have to tell you, we hear that all the time, and it's one of the things that really drew me to Unity. I'm really just so happy that we are in a place of fellowship where everybody is welcome. That is really, I think, unique. At Unity of Olympia, our purpose is to nurture lives of freedom and joy and inspire people to make a positive difference in the world. And as I look out among you, I see many who are doing exactly that. I'm grateful for each of you who make a difference in the world. In our community, we've identified authenticity as one of our most important values. Meditation, contemplation, and personal reflection are paths to know the true self within. To know the self To know the self truly is to live in compassion and peace. At this time, I'd like to invite Linda Eyrig to the podium.
Let's open with prayer. We've lit the Christ candle already so that I don't have to mess with the candlelight. And I welcome you. Enter the sacred space. We know that the divine is right here within every heart, every mind, every soul, blossoming. We know that we are open and receptive to the highest good for all beings on this planet. And we're grateful that today we'll bring messages through music and words, hearts and minds, knowing that we are all truly blessed, and so it is. And I am here, I'm Linda Eyrig, as Greg already said, member of the Unity Prayer Team. And at Unity, we believe in the power of positive affirmative prayer, right? Yes, it works. And there are prayer boxes in front and back to leave your prayers. If you're online, you can submit prayers online. The prayer team holds those prayers in confidentiality, and then we send them to Silent Unity, where they're held in their beautiful prayer chapel for another 30 days. And we honor that. We honor and we trust that whatever you give to us to hold, we hold in true affirmation. And today I'll be available after service for prayer for anyone interested. I'll be back by the back window, and we hope that you avail yourself of the opportunity. And so it is. You're welcome. I probably forgot something I didn't read from the script.
Now it's the time that we will bless the youth. So youth, come on forward.
Putting you guys to work. Let's sing it through twice. We'll sing it through twice. No, maybe we'll just sing it through once. We've just got one. So let the sun shine in, face it with the gleam. Smilers never lose and frowners never lose. So let the sun shine in, face it with the gleam. Open up your heart and let the sun shine.
At this time, I'd like to invite the ushers forward. Giving is one way that we practice our channels of divine love in action. In our spiritual community, we do not give from fear, obligation, or transaction. We give from source. This is an expression of divine abundance, and we recognize that the source entrusted to us can be used to support healing, transformation, connection, and service. Our gifts become a part of something larger than ourselves, helping our shared purpose for our expression of the world. So let us bless our gifts, whether you do it with Venmo, whether you do it automatically, or whether you're about to do it right now. Together, let's bless it with divine love. Together, please. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Unity of Olympia is a prosperous community. We enthusiastically and continually generate more than enough ideas, energy, and money to meet all our needs and desires. If you are a guest today, we invite you to accept our service as our gift. As you know, you can make your contributions automatically. My favorite way of doing it, that way I don't have to remember to do it. It just happens. What a great way to do it. You can also do it online. You can mail a check in. If you're hip, you can do Venmo. I know there's some of you out there who do Venmo. Good for you. I'm not quite there yet. Mary Ellen is. I'm not quite there, but I'm working on it. So in any event, I bless all of you for your generosity, for sharing your abundance with our community in order that we can continue to do the good work that we do and pass it on to a greater community. As many of you know, at Unity of Olympia, we encourage people to participate in small groups. With the small groups, you have the opportunity to really find out who people are, get to know them better. It's really a very great way to do it rather than just the hi, how are you at the end of the service, and I really encourage each of you to do that. There are drop-in classes that are totally cool. So if you're new to Unity, this is probably one of the best ways that you can possibly get to know others. The last of our 12 Powers yoga class with Gene Garwood is happening Wednesday night. Gene, are you going to do that again? Where are you, Gene? Are you going to do it again?
No, we'll see what.
I hope so. Unity and yoga, now that's a marriage, isn't it? Man. All right. The Unity Men's Group will meet again this coming Saturday. As you all know, if you have signed up for the Unity Men's Group, you should be getting a notification from John Duran, who has picked that ball up, much to my pleasure and that of many of the men here. Make sure that you register online. Sign up downstairs if you're going to attend any of these events so that we are prepared to know who is coming. And of course, every Sunday, Linda Eyrig has her Sacred Space for Peace at 9:15 to 9:45, and all are invited to join Linda prior to our service. I think that's it for me.
Green Bag Day next week. Green Bag Day.
Oh, Green Bag Week, thank you. Yeah, Green Bag Week. I think that's coming later on in my script. But for those of you, if you do not know this community participates in a green bag program where you bring extra food. There are green bags downstairs, and Carol collects these. Thank you, Carol, for doing that. And this is another way that we serve the community.
I'm from Nashville. This is a cowboy song. But it's a cowboy song from Kenya. It's simple. This is a song you sing in the evening as the rain starts to fall on the savannah. It's time to bring in the cows or the camels, the goats, into the boma and go to bed. It's also an "Oh Thank God It Rained" song, because if it rained, the grass will grow, and that means your cows, your camels, your goats have something to eat the next day. So it's a praise song, but it's also a simple working song. In English, the lyrics are, "Children, the rain has come. Go get the cows and come to bed." So your part is, I want to ask you to sing in Luo. This is the part for you. That's it. Again. Yeah. Again. And this is in Luo, this part. You don't have to sing this part. Go again.
Toya, you're not a donkey.
Cospiro che rudo che dalla Auma pomimcha Cospiro che rudo che dalla Auma pomimcha Cospiro che rudo che dalla. Sing together. Ah, yeah, ah, yeah, ah, yeah. Ah, yeah, ah, yeah, ah, yeah. Ah, yeah, ah, yeah. Again. Ah, yeah, ah, yeah, yeah. Ah, yeah, ah, yeah, ah, yeah. Ah, yeah, ah, yeah. One more time. Great.
Wow. Wow. Now we'll go take that into a time of meditation. So I invite you to get grounded in this place, feet on the floor, crown point open to the heavens, feeling that energy course through your body. Notice any points of tension, whether that's your back or your neck. Breathe into them, release and allow. And I invite you to let these words be the words of Spirit speaking to you. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know. Be still. Be still. Be still. And breathe that into the silence. And as we breathe deeply, come back into the sacred place and affirm that all is well with our soul, that we are right where we need to be, and that all is unfolding just as it should. In that peace that passes understanding, we know all is well, and so it is.
Let's sing this one more time. Ah, yeah, ah, yeah, ah, yeah. Ah, yeah, ah, yeah, ah, yeah. Ah, yeah, ah, yeah. One more time. Ah, yeah, ah, yeah. Ah, yeah, ah, yeah. Ah, haye, haye. I'll sing another song for you from, also from Africa. Unity of Olympia is important to me for many reasons. I think it's been 8 years since I've been here, but I started a charity 10 years ago in East Africa, and Unity of Olympia was a big part of that. And I learned some songs when I traveled to East Africa. It's a music charity that supports schools for kids who wouldn't otherwise have the opportunity. And in order to have something to share, I learned some songs that are well known in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, where we have these music schools. This is a well-known song from Ghana. It's called Woyaya, which means we're going. The idea that you won't know necessarily where you're going, but you're going. I guess it's about trust, trusting the journey. A bit like Dehradun, the idea of a pilgrimage. You don't always know where it ends, but you know it'll take you where you need to go. We are going, heaven knows where we are going. We'll know we're there, we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there. We know we will get there. It will be hard, we know, but the road will be muddy and rough, but we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there. We know we will get there. We are going, heaven knows where we are going. We'll know we're there, we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there. We know we will get there. It will be hard, we know, and the road will be muddy and rough, but we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there. We know we will get there. Oh yeah, yeah. 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 We are going, heaven knows where we are going. We'll know we're there, we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there. We know we will get there. Oh yeah, yeah. 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 We are going. Yeah, heaven knows where we are going. We know we will get there. Yeah. Thank you. And now I'll talk at you. Take this off first. I am Aaron English from Nashville, Tennessee, and it's great to be back. I'm a Gig Harbor native, and I lived in Seattle for years and years as a musician, slash barista, slash all the things that a Seattle musician does. It's really great to be back. This is my first time in this sanctuary, but I certainly was familiar with the previous sanctuary. A few weeks ago, we turned 250 years old. I was in Europe on tour, so I missed all the hubbub. I remember as a kid being very excited we'd hit the 250, and it would be an extra big fireworks show. And it's still exciting. 250 years ago, a group of very unreasonable people signed their names to an idea that they weren't sure would work, but they trusted that it might. I mentioned the word trust. We were invited to mark the anniversary of this great American experiment. I kind of got out of it because I wasn't even in the country. They were busy celebrating the World Cup instead. It's been interesting and sometimes awkward to be overseas so much over the past decade. It can feel like one decade-long stretch of awkward timing. We live in an American moment that sometimes can feel better suited to anxiety than to celebrating. And it's no exception. As I travel around the world, it's not just us that's feeling what seems to be a little more anxiety lately. Today I want to talk about trust in the possibility of a brighter future. How do we find that trust when we sometimes have trouble seeing the way ahead through the smoke from the dumpster fires that seem to be filling up the headlines every day sometimes? It can feel like another day, another reason to be anxious and uncertain. It's a time of change. Even good change is anxious. If you're getting ready for your own wedding, that's still stress. And then there's all the stress that in the face of the unknown, AI, for instance. And then specifically in America, the anxiety around so much social change. How do we celebrate an experiment? 250 years of an experiment in self-government when so many of us feel governed by this anxiety instead. How do we find trust in uncertain times when the path is unclear and the only compass we have really is our faith? So in my talk today, I want us to explore trust as a courageous act of that faith. Trust begins not with certainty, but with the courage to just show up. Starting with showing up here today, that in itself is an act of trust. A Unity Church is a place of faith. Trust is an act of faith. It isn't about knowing, it's about working your way down a path and trusting that it will get us where we need to go. Well, yeah. This morning, in the face of our very complex, can't hide from, can't look away from social, environmental, and political challenges, we have done a very unreasonable thing. We've shown up. So faith is an incredibly unreasonable thing. And here or wherever else we feel our trust and our faith are welcome, we can show up and say, I don't have the answers. I may be scared, worried, discouraged, but I am here with my questions, my curiosity, and my willingness to explore the path in front of us, wherever it leads. So another word for trust then, or faith, might be courage. And the courage to keep working toward the answers and solutions that our country and our world need, each of us in our own small way. So what I'm asking today is what calls us to this trust, this faith, this courage in difficult times? What calls us to be unreasonable and courageous and hopeful in the face of uncertainty, even 250 years into this weird experiment? To try to answer that, I'm going to take you on a very roundabout journey, and I ask for your trust and your faith that this roundabout adventure will eventually lead us back to where we started. Can you give me slide 1, please? Hey, it works. Great. Thank you. Several years ago, I was staying with a friend in Haida, which is an island archipelago 100 kilometers off the coast of British Columbia, near the border to Alaska. You're nodding. Here I am back in the Northwest, and people actually have heard of it, maybe. That's great. So this is my idea of a relaxing vacation activity. Wake up at 4 a.m. to borrow ocean survival gear from the Royal Canadian Marine Search and Rescue Base. Then drive a boat through the Narrows between islands to harvest wakame and nori seaweed at low tide. So next slide, please. It's midsummer, but at this latitude, the wind off the Pacific Ocean is damp, steady, and bone-chillingly cold. So here I am in my borrowed survival gear, and I'm still not warm. We reached the seaweed harvesting spot. It's a well-known, huge kelp forest just under the water. And we tie up the boat, we jump into the water, and there's no kelp. It has all been eaten by, next slide please, ta-da, sea urchins. Again, people around here actually know what I'm talking about. The area is now what the locals call an urchin barrens, an underwater desert. It's been picked clean by these guys. Sea urchins on the Pacific coast, as you may know, from California all the way up to Alaska, have only one natural enemy, which is sea otters. Otters were nearly driven to extinction due to hunting them for valuable furs way back in the 18th and 19th centuries, and they still haven't really recovered. So this has led to vast stretches of the Pacific coast being urchin barrens. Next slide, please. Yeah, that's what it looked like. That's the problem. The urchins eat all the vegetation, all the seaweed. No vegetation, no fish. No natural enemies to eat the urchins, no otters. Fortunately, sea otters have started to make a comeback in parts of California, throughout the coastal U.S. really, and Canada. But there haven't been any otters in Haida Gwaii in over 100 years. So the sea urchins are a constant, devastating environmental problem there. So we untie the boat and we begin the long journey back to port. Along the way, I spot something in the water and I lean over with my net to reel it in. Next slide. It turns out to be a message in a bottle. I open it and it has come from Thailand. It's written in Thai. I'm amazed and fascinated. Who sent this and why? And how did this bottle get all the way to Haida Gwaii? A message in a bottle represents for me a beautiful act of trust, of faith. It's like a prayer. You offer up a prayer. You throw a bottle into the ocean. Either way, it's not because you expect a reply, but it's because you have faith that it will be found and heard or read somewhere by someone, that it will get to where it needs to go. Well, yeah. I think the idea of throwing a message in a bottle into the ocean can teach us something about living with trust, with hope, with courage, with faith in uncertain times. My favorite message in a bottle story, true story, is the one about a young man named Jeremiah Burke, emigrating from Ireland. He stood on the decks of the sinking Titanic. He emptied a bottle of holy water that his mother had given him before he set sail. He stuffed a farewell message into it and tossed it into the ocean as the ship was going down. A year later, the bottle washed up on the beach less than a mile from his family home in Cork, Ireland. A constable knocked on their door one day and delivered the bottle to his grieving parents. Amazing. I'm also amazed by the story of the 29,000 rubber duckies from a shipping container that fell overboard during a storm en route from Hong Kong to Tacoma in 1992. These ducks are still being found washed up on beaches all over the place. They become a treasure hunt and a very valuable science experiment for people who study the movement of ocean currents and winds. So these castaway duckies have wandered the ocean for over 30 years. They would now like to share with all of you today what they've learned on their long journey. They have a message for us. If you're ready to hear it, next slide. That message is, we are all connected. This is a map of where all the duckies have been found so far. The shores of Hawaii, Alaska, South America, Australia, the Pacific Northwest. Others have been found frozen in Arctic ice. These little duckies get around. But the most remarkable journeys of all were made by the handful of duckies that drifted over 17,000 miles north from the Pacific Ocean, through the Arctic to the Atlantic Ocean, crossing the site where the Titanic sank, and eventually reaching the Canadian and U.S. eastern seaboard, and even British, Scottish, and Irish shores, approximately 15 years later in 2007. So imagine having that kind of trust or faith. You have one very, very bad day caught in a storm in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. But that's okay, because 15 years later, you will safely wash up on the shores of the Emerald Isle and be world famous. These are incredible, almost miraculous stories. And I started to wonder, what are the mathematical odds of this happening? Fortunately, we don't have to just wonder anymore because we have ChatGPT. I'll start by saying math was never my favorite subject in school. If you were like me, don't stress. I promise that there won't be a test afterwards. But I wanted to do the math on miracles a little bit. So I asked, hey ChatGPT, what are the mathematical odds of poor doomed Irish immigrant Jeremiah Burke throwing his message in a bottle from the deck of the sinking Titanic and having it end up on the beach just down the road from his grieving parents' house? Slide 7. You don't have to read it. That is my prompt. Here's the answer ChatGPT gave me. The odds of it washing up within even 50 kilometers of his hometown are between 0.17 and 0.5%. Small. Okay. So next I asked, of all the rubber duckies that fell from that shipping container in 1992, which duck had the lowest odds, the least likely odds of washing up on its particular beach? Which beach was it? And what's the math on that? Next slide. ChatGPT's answer was the duck that landed in Scotland in 2003. The odds of it landing there are less than 0.1%. We live in a world surrounded by everyday wonders and everyday accidents of physics, like the journeys of this duck or this bottle on its way to Ireland. It seems so improbable. I got curious, how do you even calculate that? Can you find the math? And it turns out the math is it's so unlikely, according to the math, that it's no wonder we believe in miracles or kismet or serendipity or the hand of God. It's no wonder we throw messages in bottles into the ocean. And it's no wonder that again and again we find the faith and the courage to get us through difficult times, even when the road ahead isn't at all clear. Oh, yeah. Speaking of miracles and everyday wonders, I want to zoom out for a moment. Next slide. Not ChatGPT. Can you even see that? It's a little dot. This is a famous photo. Anybody recognize it? It's from 1990. Taken by the Voyager 1 spacecraft at the edge of our solar system. This photo is called the pale blue dot. That's us. That dot is Earth. Everyone and everything you know, do not know, will ever know are in this photo, on this tiny dot. This is all we have. So next, while looking at this photo, I asked, hey ChatGPT, there are a few well-known equations that attempt to estimate the probability of us humans existing. Like scientists actually went to task on this. What are the odds that we exist? And there are a couple of theories that rose to the top as some decent math. What are the odds that we exist at all on this planet, in this galaxy, in this universe? So briefly summarize these equations and give me the final odds. Slide 10, ChatGPT's answer. There are basically 3 different experiments that are considered to be pretty good. Again, these are math guys, so a lot of it didn't mean much to me, but the answer, the various theories, if you put them all together, the odds of us existing are between 10 to the 10th power and 10 to the 24th power. I don't really know what that means, so I asked a different question. ChatGPT, what is the gap between the odds of that rubber duck traveling 17,000 miles over 13 years and landing on that beach in Scotland, remember the least likely duck, versus the odds of us existing at all? Next slide. The odds of us existing at all are 1 sextillion times smaller than the odds of that duck landing on that beach in Scotland, the least likely duck. I don't know what a sextillion is, not really. Yeah. So, next question. ChatGPT, can you put that in context for me? Slide 12. The diameter of the Milky Way is approximately 1 sextillion times wider than the diameter of a single hydrogen atom. So the odds of us being alive here on Earth in this universe are that much less likely than that least likely duck. The difference between the size of our galaxy and the size of a single hydrogen atom, which is the smallest atom. Incredible. Again, I was never a big fan of math, but that helps it put in context. You know, this one of 29,000 rubber duckies, ending up the lucky one who won the prize, and then the odds of us existing and that massive gulf between us. Next slide. That's how unlikely we are. The infinitesimal odds of our even existing in the first place, according to the math and this photo, which is a lot more evocative, a lot more helpful to me than the math, frankly. They underscore our insignificance in the universe, but also at the same time our significance because of how singular, miraculous, and mind-bogglingly unlikely it is that we would exist. We've already overcome impossible odds just by being here. So thanks to an incredible chain of perfect accidents of physics and chemistry and astronomy, huge balls of gas and rock flying around. Over billions of years, this universe exists. Thanks to another chain of equally unlikely accidents, this planet is a perfectly comfortable place for living creatures to make their home in, except Nashville in August. And which is why I'm here. Yeah. There's this peculiar and uncanny harmony that exists between the structure of the universe and the needs of life and intelligence. In other words, us. Was it all just a chain of accidents against impossible odds? Can you break it down to math, or is it evidence of God and some sort of divine plan that you can't just put into numbers? I'm not really here today to say that for sure, but all of us being daily witnesses to such a miracle, the miracle of existence, it's no wonder that we are able to be such unreasonable creatures. We find the trust, the faith, the courage to have hope and resilience in the face of uncertainty. Next slide. This is the message in a bottle. This is all just a silly little ChatGPT assisted thought exercise. It was inspired by this message in a bottle I found in the waters of Haida Gwaii. That message in a bottle, by the way, turned out to be lyrics to a love song in Thai. So that Thai sailor wasn't awaiting rescue on a desert island somewhere. He was just, I guess he just really liked that song and wanted to handwrite it and sent it to me. I want to finish today by bringing us back to the islands of Haida Gwaii. Several months after my failed, discouraging attempt at seaweed harvesting in the Urchin Barrens, a large family of sea otters, or a raft of otters as they're called, appeared on the inland waters of Haida Gwaii. The first otters there in over 100 years. Next slide. Yes. That's your next screensaver / desktop. They had traveled over 100 kilometers of open ocean from the coastal mainland of BC to these islands and began feasting in the Urchin Barrens. Sea otters rarely travel more than 1 kilometer away from shore, and their natural home range along the coast is only a few kilometers wide. They live there year-round. They are homebodies. So whatever possessed this raft of sea otters to risk strong ocean winds and currents, sharks, orcas, in order to travel 100 kilometers to Haida Gwaii, no one knows. But within 6 months of their arrival, they had eaten about 75% of the sea urchins within a 3-kilometer-long stretch of the shoreline. Yeah. So when biologists dove through that area, they were amazed. The kelp forest in that area had bounced right back. This guy right here looks like he's ready to eat 75% of them all by himself. He's got that poo-poo platter of sea urchins. Yeah. The Haida people are Native Americans. They're First Nations people. They designed a new flag for Guayhanas. Next slide. Yeah. It speaks to the resilience of life and to hope, to trust, to faith. Because after 100 years' absence, a family of otters made an improbable return to one very small area of Haida Gwaii, and the balance of life was restored there, 75% of the way, within 6 months. Trust isn't about knowing. It's about certainty, or about being able to see the path ahead. Trust is like throwing a message into the bottle in an ocean. It's an act of faith, and having faith is an act of courage. We've been called to live as Americans and as citizens of the world in deeply uncertain and complicated times. So my question for you today is, how courageous do you feel? I don't expect for myself to have today's social, environmental, political challenges all neatly answered, but I do want for myself to begin working towards those answers in my own small way, to just trust that we will find those answers together. It may take a year or 4 years or a lifetime, and that's okay. We already have been witnesses to the daily miracle of the mere fact that against all incalculable odds, we exist, we live, and we are witnesses to the astonishing resilience of life, however long it takes. Well, yeah, we are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we'll know it when we get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will get there. So that's all I got for you today. Thank you. Yeah. a little reprise. Yeah, I think so. Ted, would you join me? You got your drum? River is waiting. Let's sing that chorus. Yes, please. Thanks, Steve. Let's just do the chorus a couple times. There you go. You're already at it. Sail on, sail on, the river is waiting. Sail on, sail on, sail on, the river is waiting. Sail on. Two more times. Sail on, sail on, the river is waiting. Sail on, sail on, sail on, the river is waiting. Sail on. Thanks.
Wow. I kind of like the African bent to that today. And one of my hobbies that I picked up from my dad is I like to know a phrase in as many languages as I possibly can. So here's my Swahili phrase, Timba Wape. If you're ever in Africa and hear thunderous clapping of sound, Timba Wape means, where's the elephant? That need not be your takeaway from today, by the way, but you just never know. So it's so good to be with all of you. Please join us in the social hall after today, especially our guests, our first-timers, so that we have the opportunity to get to know you and share food with you and conversation and reaching out to each other's hearts. Unity is a place where we explore a God who is bigger, nearer, and more life-giving than many of us were taught. What a nice phrase following that talk, huh? Wow. We like to describe the spiritual path in a similar to a labyrinth, a journey inward to the center of your being. We invite each of you to join us on a path toward discovery of the truth and who you are. For those of you who came that were new today, we hope you received the welcome envelope. In the envelope, there's quite a bit of information about Unity. There's a really cute little sticker in there you can put on your lapel so we can race up to you and say hi. Nice to meet you today. If you're willing, we'd be really interested in feedback from you. How did today go? It's a form that's in there. Also, there's information that you can give us your contact information so we can be in touch with you. All right, everybody, you ready for this? Now I'm reading off the script. Green bag today, next week. So I didn't really miss it. Although you know I'm often extemporaneous up here. So please remember that we do collect food for the Thurston County Food Bank. Please grab a green bag. If you do not have one at home, there'll probably be some downstairs. Is that true, Kyle? Some downstairs. Grab one, and then you can bring the food, your food donation next week, and we will collect it. Our licensed Unity teacher, Audrey Pitchford, will be our guest speaker about overcoming adversity, a two-part series. Be sure to come one part and catch part 2 on August the 16th. I don't need to read the script for this part. I just want to say thank you, Aaron English, for being here. What? I really hope it's not 8 years before you're back. That's what I'm going to say today. And also remember that Linda Eyrig will be in the back for individual prayer, private prayer, if you wish to join her. So please feel free to do so.
Let's take a moment in prayer. And we'll pray for those who have requested online and all those we're holding in our hearts and minds right here in this room. Spirit, we recognize your healing light and love that is present in every situation and bringing forth wholeness in every condition. In perfect faith, we hold faith in the right and perfect outcomes for all those, for every being on this planet, those we know, those who are strangers. We hold that in confidence that all is unfolding just as it should, that we are in the right place at the right time, that we have courage and strength and faith to meet all needs. We know this is the truth. And we say, thank you, sweet Spirit. And so it is. Amen. Please join us in the prayer protection. Stand up. Be known, be seen, be well. I'll move out of the screen. All right. The light of God surrounds us. We are the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love of God. The power of God protects us. We are the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And you may round up if you'd like to. Oh, goodbye to people online. Thank you for being here.